Lesson number 9 for March 2nd, Thursday, Overcoming Covetousness. Covetousness is a matter of the heart and, like pride and selfishness, often goes unnoticed, which is why it can be so deadly and deceiving. It's hard enough overcoming sins that are obvious: lying, adultery, stealing, idolatry, Sabbath breaking. But these are outward acts, things that we have to think about before we do them. But to overcome wrong thoughts themselves, that gets tough. 1 Corinthians 10:12 and 13 says, "Wherefore let him that thinks he stands take heed lest he fall. There has no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it." What promise is given here, and why is this so important to understand in the context of covetousness? How then, in God's power, can we be protected against this dangerously deceptive sin? Number 1, make a decision to serve and depend on God and to be a part of His family. Joshua 24:15 says, "Choose you this day whom ye will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Number 2, be daily in prayer and include Matthew 6:13 that says, "Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever." When feeling covetous of something that you know you should not have, pray over it, claiming promises in the Bible for victory, such as 1 Corinthians 10:13. Number 3, be regular in Bible study. Psalms 119:11 says, "Your word have I hidden in my heart, that I might not sin against you." Jesus tackled the human sin problem. He was tempted on every point that we are tempted on, and for power to resist, he spent whole nights in prayerful communion with his Father. And Jesus didn't leave this earth until he had both forged the way by example and then promised power to make it possible for every person to live a life of faith and obedience, to thereby develop a Christ-like character. Isaiah 55:6 and 7, it says, "Seek the Lord while he may be found, call upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to the Lord, and he will have mercy on him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon." What, if any, have been the consequences in your own life from covetousness? What lessons have you learned? What might you still need to learn from them? From the Adventist Home, page 402, it says, "God has provided that we shall not be tempted above what we are able to bear, but that which every temptation he will make a way of escape." If we live wholly for God, we shall not allow the mind to indulge in selfish imaginings. If there is any way by which Satan can gain access to the mind, he will sow his tares and cause them to grow until they will yield an abundant harvest. In no case can Satan obtain dominion over the thoughts, words, and actions unless we voluntarily open the door and invite him to enter. He will then come in and, by catching away the good seed sown in the heart, make of none effect the truth. All who name the name of Christ need to watch and pray and guard the avenues of the soul, for Satan is at work to corrupt and destroy if the least advantage is given him. From the SDA Bible Commentary, Volume 7, page 960, Ellen G. White comments, says, regarding 1 Corinthians 10, 12, and 13, these words are given for the people while they are in connection with the Word, subject to temptations and influences which are deceiving and deluding. While they stay their mind upon Him who is their sun and their shield, the blackness and darkness that surround them will not leave one spot or stain upon their garments. They will walk with Christ. They will pray and believe and work to save the souls that are ready to perish. These are trying to break the bands of Satan that he has fastened upon them, and they will not be put to shame if by faith they will make Christ their companion. Temptations and deceptions will be constantly brought up by the great deceiver to spoil the work of the human agent. But if he trusts in God, if he is humble and meek and lowly of heart, keeping the way of the Lord, heaven will rejoice, for he will gain the victory. Have a blessed day.